So this meeting is being recorded. So welcome. So we are still at a control account. We want to continue with control accounts. I hope you people managed to do this question in Reacha. We did not balance the equation, the account. I mean, we do not balance the account, but I hope you did balance the account on your side. So we are still under, as I said, we are still under control account. So today we are going to talk about correction and reconciliation of control account. So correction of errors, and reconciliation of control account. So correction of errors and reconciliation of the control account. So that is where we are supposed to do today. Then we introduce bank reconciliation. So tukishamaliza, we shall introduce bank reconciliation statements. Imeshika sana bwana. So text in the group tell us tunaanza. So that mtu asibaki nyuma. Na ukiingia tafadhali una mute. Nakataa kutoka. Anyway, sawa sawa, tutaifanya tu hivyo. Nakataa kuvutika. I don't know why. So correction of errors and reconciliation of control account. So correction of errors and reconciliation of the control account. So correction of errors and reconciliation of control account. So correction of errors. So correction of errors and reconciliation of control account. Let us write something on correction of errors. So correction of errors and reconciliation of control account. So correction of errors and the reconciliation of the control accounts. Now, sometimes when an accountant is preparing these statements, so remember, sometimes when the accountant is preparing the statements, the individual, so let us say the accountant is preparing the individual's account, the individual's ledger account, and also preparing the overall control accounts. Now, the accountant might make some errors. So the accountant might make some errors when preparing these items. So when this person is preparing, for example, if the accountant is preparing the sales credit account. So for example, assess credit account it's or a debtors account, or just say debtors. When the accountant is preparing the debtors account, he might omit some items. And those items that has been omitted might be included in the control account. So in that situation, when some items have been omitted, you find that the individual ledger account balances is not the same as the balances in the control account. So when we take the summation of the total balances of the control account, you find them that they are not agreeing with the individual ledger's account. In that case, we need to do what? We need to correct the errors. So sometimes the errors might be made in the individual ledger account, or sometimes it might be made in the control account. Now, what you need to know, and it's very important, if the individual ledger account has an error, the error will be corrected in the individual's ledger account. That's something you need to know. When an error is made on the individual's ledger account, the correction will be done in the same individual's ledger account. In the situation where the control account has an issue, in the situation where the control account has an error, so the error will be corrected in the control account and not in the individual. So each error will be done independently with the account. So let us write something. Huyo mwenye ameingia na jamii tafadhali. Sijui mbona afanye hivyo jamini. So tumeagree ukiingia una mute because usipo mute ina disturb the class. So now let us write and say at the end we expect that balances in the individual ledger account, that balances in the individual's ledger account ledger accounts. So at the end, so when we finish preparing our account, so at the end, we expect that the balances in the individual's ledger account should be the same. Should be the same as balances of control account. That is what we expect. So when we add all the balances of the control account, remember the control account is the summation of all the balances. So when we add all the summation, so when we add all the balances of the control account, we expect that their balances should be equal to the individual ledger account. So when we pick these accounts from the ledger account together and we add them together, those individual balances, when we add them together, should be the same as the balances in a control account. Now, in some situation, you find that the balances are not the same. In some situation, you find that the balances are not adding up or they are not in agreement. So you find that the balances are not in agreement. So in that situation, then we need to correct the errors. So in the case where we find that the balances are not equal, so when the summation of these balances account is not the same as all the summation of the individual ledger account, then there's need for us to do what? To do what we call the reconciliation. Then we can and say, when the sum of the balances of individual accounts, when the sum of balances of individual accounts, so when the sum of the balances of individual account in the ledger, in ledgers, into bracket, we call them memorandum. We can also call them the memorandum account. So these are the sum of all the individuals' ledger accounts. So when you add them together, you can get the memorandum account. Now, so when the sum of the balances of the individual account in ledger, tutasemaje? So we are supposed to say when we sum up, when we sum up the balances. When you sum up the balances the balances. So you allow me just to put Evo. So when we sum up the balances, accounts in the ledger. So when we sum up the balances of the individual's account in the ledger, and when we sum all those items together, I call them the memorandum accounts. Those balances should be the same. The total, the totals should be the same. The totals should be the same as to that of control account, Now, if it is not the same, then in the case where we find that when we add the balances for the individual account and we compare it with the balances of the control account, then we find that those items are not the same, or the balances are not the same, then we need to do what? To reconcile the errors. Then we come up with a new reconciliation statement of the correction of error. Now, the balances might not be the same in the following because of the following reason. The balances might not be the same because of the following reasons. Because of the following reason. So, what reason do we think? So, what are the reasons why the balances might not be the same between the two? So, number one, it could be because of mistake or errors made on individuals' ledger's account. Ledger accounts. Number two, it can also be because of mistake or errors made on the control account. So so number one, so we might not have the same balances in the individual's account or in the other account, control accounts, because maybe we made a mistake in our individual ledger account. So maybe we omitted something or we overstated something. Either or another reason is because we made a mistake or an error in the control account, meaning when we were preparing our control account, we omitted also something. Maybe we omitted something. So those are some of the reasons why you might find that this account are not in agreement. So you might find that those accounts are not in agreement. That one is okay. That one I think is fine. Now we can write something here, NB. If an error is made on control account, it must be corrected in the control account. It must be corrected in control accounts only. Now, if there was any mistake that was made in the control account, it is only the control account that must be corrected. You don't correct the individual's account. Now, Then this is another one. If an error is made on individual's ledger accounts, then the error must be corrected. Must be corrected in the reconciliation statement. So write this one in the reconciliation statement. So wewe ukifanya exam upatane na swali inakwambia that there was an error that was made in control account, and then wewe correct your error kwa reconciliation statement, ujue inakuramba. Ama upate swali inakwambia that there was an error that was made in the individual ledger's account, na wewe uende correct that error in the control accounts, ujue itakuramba. So be very keen. So any error made in the control account must be corrected in the control account, and any error made in the individual's account must be corrected in the reconciliation statement. So in an exam, ukiona any error in the control account, don't take that error the reconciliation statement. Don't take that error the reconciliation statement. You don't take the error in the reconciliation statement. That one is okay. Now format, then you do a question. Format. Now, for example, we shall use for data. We shall use data's control account as an example. Data's control account. So you can use, it can be data's, or it can be, we can be correcting the data's control account, or we can be correcting the other one. So the data's or the payables control account, depending on the question. So you can find a question relating to data's control account or the payables. So I will use data. So we say correction of data's control account. Then data, so we know the balances in account on the debit side. So we know balance breakdown is on the debit side. And then we say correction of error. And also we say correction of errors. Then balance cut it down. So that is the format that we are going to use. So note, nimeandika correction of error in both sides. So we can be correcting an error which affects the credit side, or we can be correcting an error which is affecting the debit side. Now that one is due to determine when doing a question. So some errors, when you are correcting them, it might either increase our balances or reduce our balance. So you need to know, when I'm correcting this error, is it increasing my balances or is it reducing my balances? So that is some of the things that you need to know when doing such kind of a question. So those are some of the things that you need to know when correcting that error. Then we have another format. We have another format of the reconciliation statement. So you said we are supposed to open two accounts. So formats of the reconciliation statement. Now, can you see my board?
Yes.
Mnaona vizuri kabisa? Inaonekana vizuri kabisa ama you're struggling? Najua hiyo net ilikuwa na shida, so it might have some effect. Are you struggling ama iko tu sawa?
Iko sawa.
Okay. So let us see how reconciliation statement will look like of control account. So reconciliation of the individual's ledger account. So remember, we say this one is for the individual. So we say reconciliation. So reconciliation of the individual ledger account of the individual ledger accounts with control account. So we assume our currency is in that figure. So tunaanza na balance brought down. Error corrected. Error corrected, which can it be? It is either we are adding, depending on the error. So it is either the error is increasing our balances or the error is reducing our balance. So we can have two types of error. So remember, we can have two types of error. Number one, the error might be increasing our balance or the error might be reducing our balance. Zote nimeweka mara mbili hivyo. Then balance carry down. Balance carry down. Balance carry down. Now this balance and this balance must be the same. So these two balance must be the same. So those two balances must be the same. 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 So those two balances must be the same. Now I think now we can look for a question together. So we can look for a question together. Now open that question niliwatumia. There's a question that I said nimetuma kwa group. Someone to read for us. So read for us that question. Nimesoma bank reconciliation sample question. It's not supposed to be bank reconciliation. Change that name. Yafai kuwe the control reconciliation sample question. Control reconciliation sample question. So nada tusomea. Nada tusomea swali tafadhali. Or I pick point. Or I pinpoint. Wacha ni pinpoint nani? Pinpoint Regan Masau. Regan Masau, read for us that question. Imetuma kwa group. Imeandiko bank reconciliation. But it's not supposed to be bank reconciliation. It's supposed to be, it is supposed to be something to do with control account reconciliation. So that was supposed to be control account reconciliation.
Okay. L. Davis Limited Payables Ledger Control account is an integral part of their double entry system. Individual ledger accounts balance are listed and totaled on a monthly basis and reconciled to the control account balance. Information for the month of March 2020 is as follows. 1. Individual ledger account balance is at 31st to be listed out and totaled at $19,766. Number 2, payables ledger control account balance as at March is $21,832. Number 3, on further examination, the following errors are discovered. The total of discount received for the month amounting to $1,715 has not been entered in the control account, but has been entered in the individual ledger accounts. Part B, on listing out an individual credit balance of $205 has been incorrectly treated as debit. C, a petty cash payment to a supplier amounting to $63 has been correctly treated in the control account, but no entry has been made in the supplier's individual account. Part D, the purchase day book total for March has been undercast into brackets understand by $2,000. Part E, contrast into brackets set offs with the receivables ledger amounting to a total of $2,004 have been correctly treated in the individual ledger accounts, but no entry has been made in the control account. You are required to prepare a statement of reconciling the control account balances with the accounts in the individual ledger balance. End of question.
Yes. So let us do this one together. Let's do this one together and we analyze it together. Let us see. Now you need to open those two accounts in the same time. So the first account you need to come up with the payables. So hapa inadina payables. Ukiangalia swali inadina payables, not debtors. So payables, ledger, control account. You also need to open the statement of reconciliation. Statement of reconciliation. Statement of reconciliation of the individual ledger. Of individual ledger, the individual ledger balances with control account balances. So sorry, I'm talking about they are in dollars. So the question is in dollars. Remember, our question is in dollars. Don't forget about it. So let us start with the first one now. When you start page 1 to ambia information number 1, the individual ledger account balances as much as been listed out and total to 19,766. Now look at the individual balances when we add them together. So when we add this individual balance inakuja ni 19,776. Inakuja ni 19,776. That is the balance. Ukiangalia your balance, it's not the same as the one from the payables. Look at the payables. Now the total payables account balance is 21,832. Now remember our balance for payable inakuanga on the credit side. So balance brought down in our question and tuambia ni ngapi for payables control account in 21,832. 21,832. Now this balance is not the same as the balance for the individuals. So tunakuja hapa tunaandika balance brought down. But remember this one is for the individual's account. Remember this one is for individual's account. We say this one is for individual's account. The other one is for the control account. Now for the individual's account, the balance nikiangalia ni 19,766. 19,766. Now these two balances are not the same. These two balances, they are not the same. So the balance for the individual's account is 19,776 and the balance for payable account is 21,832. So meaning there was an error that was made because the balances are not reconciling or the balances are not in agreement. Now let us correct them. The information number 3, on the further examination of the following error I discovered. Number 1, the total discount received for the month amounting to 1715 has not been entered in the control account but has been entered in the individual's account. Now read the question again. The amount of the discount received amount to 1750 has not been entered in the control account, meaning this information will only affect the control account. It will not affect the individual's account. Will affect the control account. It will affect the control account. Now the question is, now discount received, how do it affect? Who will affect the payables account from our previous topic? Discount, is it supposed to reduce the balance or to increase our balance? Discount received.
Increase.
Yes. It's supposed to Discount received.
Decrease.
It's supposed to decrease it's supposed to decrease this balance. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now it was not corrected. It was not so ukiangalia balance wanatuambia in the control account this discount received was not recorded in this account. Now kama iko recorded, how do we correct that error? We just kama tunakuja tunaiweka penye inafaa kuwa, sivyo? Kwa sababu it was not recorded at the first place. Ni kweli? Tuko sawa? Tuko sawa hadi hapo? So this amount was not recorded. So how do we correct the error? By recording the amount. So remember tumejiuliza discount received in affect payables account in what way? So tunasema discount received huwa ina reduce the balance. So kama ina reduce the balance ni kumaanisha because this amount was not recorded, now we recorded it where it's supposed to be. So it's supposed to reduce our balance, so to record hapo 1715. Now, na nimewaambia na narudia tena, acha nirudie. Any account or any item which affects the control account, it will not affect the statement of reconciliation. Now, any amount or any item which is affecting the reconciliation statement will not affect the ledger's account. Now, kwa hiyo swali wametuambia, au wenyewe wametuambia na mdomo wao akasema that this dividend was not recorded in the control account. Kumaanisha our business is in control account and not reconciliation, because already the question shatuambia that discount received was not recorded in the control account. So it was only recorded here, but it was not recorded here. So kama ilikuwa recorded here, this is not our, so kama already iko hapa ndani. So si hatuhitaji. So we need to correct it there. Number 2. On listing out, an individual credit balance of 205 has been incorrectly treated as a debit. So look at the word there. The word is the word individual. Can you see the word individual? Can you see the word individual? Now, wakisema the word individual, which account is our concern? Yes, which account is our concern? Because of the word individual. Which account is our concern? Geoffrey,
Statement of reconciliation.
Yes. Because to the word individual, just know the word individual means it relates to the reconciliation. So that amount will not affect the upper part. Now, let's read that question again. Now, wanasema, on listing out an individual's credit balance of 205 has been incorrectly treated as a debit. Now, what happened when you debit your balances? Now, this is our balance. This is our balance. Now, remember, this is the debit side. Remember, this is our credit side. We shall use this one to analyze. But remember, it will affect this account. Ayuko kujua. Now, nataka mniambie what happened when we do what? What happened when we credit our balance? So if we credit a balance, what do we expect? When we create this amount, hapa tukiweka figure hapa, for example, tukija tuweke figure hapa, amount hapo. What balance sheet inafanya nini? Ina increase. Ina increase hivyo. Now let's read this question again. On listing out, an individual credit balance of 205 has been incorrectly treated as a debit. Now, badala huyo jamaa kuja afanye nini? A credit this account ndio balance sheet increase, alikuja aka debit that account. So badala yake kwa credit, yeye alikuja akaweka kwa debit. Now, ukiweka kwa debit, what happened to our account if we debit?
It
does what? Nataka mjibu haraka haraka. Tukiweka kitu hapa, hii balance itafanya nini? Itaingiza hapa,
Reduce the balance.
ita reduce. Now, ita reduce. So, kama tulikuwa tunafaa kuweka kwa credit, tukaweka kwa debit, ika reduce this balance. How do we correct it? Hapa. So that hii balance yetu, kumbuka tumeweka hapa ika reduce. So balance yetu ime reduce. But remember our balance is not supposed to reduce, it's supposed to increase. So what do we do here? In this case,
We add
where
the balance.
we have to add it back, sivyo? Sio kweli?
Yes.
Yes.
Nasema hivi, tuko na hii account. So let's call it account A. Now we were supposed to put 200 here, lakini sisi baada kuja tuweke 200 hapa, tukakuja tukaiweka on the other side this account, tukakuja tukaiweka 200 here. Kumaanisha tumefanya nini? Tumeweka in the wrong side. So remember, we are now tunafaa to move from this side turudishe huku. Now what do? We are supposed to debit this account, si ni kweli? To credit this account hapa. So tunakuja tunasema inaitwa credit balance. We call it the credit balance. Ilikuwa ngapi? The credit balance ilikuwa ngapi? Ilikuwa ya 205. It was 205. Remember, you need to multiply by 2. Mmoja kwa nini multiply by 2? Ya kwanza tukirudisha hii amount huku 200, let's assume tumerudisha hii amount 200 huku. Let me show you something. You need to be very keen. Tukirudisha this amount huku 200, ni kumaanisha this amount will offset the original one. Is that one correct? Kwa sababu tulikuwa tumeweka 200 vibaya huku na iko inafaa kuwa side hii. So tumerudisha ndio iko in the correct side. So tukirudisha on the correct side kumaanisha tuna cancel kwanza ile tuliweka mbaya. Alafu sasa tuongeze ingine yetu hii sasa ni correct one 200. So that 200 moja ikuje ikate the 200 tuliweka vibaya, and then 200 nyingine ikuje kwe to be the correct amount. Is that one correct?
Pardon, hapo nimepotea kidogo.
Nasema tuko na hii account. Tuko na tunaweza call it account A. Nataka tuelewane. Ama nifanyie hapa chini. Sijui kama itatoshea. Tutarudi tuvute. Niko na hii account A. Na hii account A, I was supposed to credit 200 for this account. But mimi nikuja ni credit this account, nikakuja nika debit 200. Tuko sawa? So this ilikuwa account A. Nilikuwa nataka kuweka amount on this side, on credit side, but mimi mwenyewe nikakuja nikafanya nini? Nikaiweka on the debit side. So kumaanisha nimeweka debit vibaya. Now let's correct it. So correction. So correction of account A. Now correction of account A, how do you correct this error? So hii 200 tunaitoa hapa tuilete side hii. Now nikileta side hiyo ni kumaanisha this account imecancel na this account. Kwa sababu nimetoa hii amount this side ikaenda the other side. So kumaanisha ita cancel out. Si ndio kweli? Now we need now let us now put the correct amount. So the correct amount is supposed to be now 200. So in short, for you to correct this error, we need to double the credit side. So that huku ikuwe 400, huku ikuwe 200. So that 200 moja iende na the original one. After 200 moja ibaki the correct entry. Tuko sawa?
Kwa sawa.
Yeah, so ndio nafaa kujua. So hapa unakuja unaweka 5 times 2 which ni ngapi? 400 and so just 410. So mkwe very keen hapo. So mkwe mnaangalia vitu kama hizo. Which account it affect in what ways? So unakuwa very keen. Aya. 405. Umesema 405. Aya.
410.
10. Let's go to the next item. The next item is a petty cash. A petty cash payment to supplier amounting to 63 has been correctly treated in the control account, but no entry has made in the supplier's individual's account. Now, with that information, which account do you think we should concentrate with? Which one do we ignore? So which account do we ignore? Which account do we ignore? With that information. So anasema there was a correct entry made in the control account, but there was no entry made in the individual's account. Now the question is, that information will affect the payables control account or the statement of reconciliation?
Statement of reconciliation.
Yes, reason why? Because nothing, so this one was done, what he record the amount here, so the amount is already catered in, so we don't need to come and put it here. So kumaanisha the information will affect this item. Now let us see this item. So anasema payment. Now when we pay, what do we expect to our balance when we pay? our creditor. So creditor balance yake tuko na deni ya creditor ya 21,832. And then tumulipe. Tumulipe ngapi? Tumulipe amesema tunamulipa ngapi? 63. So tukimlipa 63 balance yake yetu inabaki ngapi? So our balance will it increase or reduce? Tukimulipa.
Reduce.
So we are yes, we are supposed to reduce our balance. So tunasema hapa, ukuja nasema hapa payment to creditors, payment to supplier. So haiko corrected into our individual header. So tuna reduce with the 63 shillings because it's supposed to reduce the balance. It's supposed to reduce the balance. Next wanasema the purchase day book total for March has been undercasted or understated by 2,000. Now, the purchases day book totals for March has been undercasted. Hii inamaanishaje? Now, a purchase day book, is it a purchase day book total for March? Now, you can't do the word total. Let me give you now this situation. Ukutana situation kama hii unaangalia the word total. So ukutana hii situation, you just check the word total. Now, kama hakuna the word total, this account will affect the reconciliation. Kama kuko na the word total, but because we have the word total, then this account will affect the control account. This one will affect the control account because of the word total. So sometimes unapata amekuandikia the sales day book total, the sales day book total. Ukienda to the word total or the purchase day book total, ukienda to the word total, just know that account is affecting the payables or the debtors control account. So in this case, it affects the payables control account. Now, what happened when we overstate our purchases? What happened when we overstate our purchases? Remember our purchases, remember in this situation, our purchases are on credit. Remember when we do this, our purchases are on credit. Silvio, our purchases are on credit. So when so the purchase book was overstated. Was undercasted by 2,000. Hiyo inamaanishaje? So if we understate our purchases, what happened to our balances? If we undercast our purchases, remember our purchases are on credit. Yes. Now let us assume hivi, tuko na balance, so tuko na balance ya creditor ya 20 shillings. So balance hapa ni 20. Then tukanunua credit purchases. Tukakuwa na credit purchases, but hizi credit purchases tukazi undercast. Meaning tukazi reduce. So tukazi undercast na 10 shillings. So what does it mean? Tukazi reduce na 10 shillings. So remember, our purchase is supposed to be 15. Tukasema our purchase ni 10. So it's supposed to be 15. Tukasema ni 10. So kumaanisha tume reduce our purchases, tume undercast our purchases na 5. Ama tuseme 5. Let us use 5. So to assume initially ilikuwa 15. Sisi tukazi underestimate tukasema ni 10. So kumaanisha we have reduced our purchases na 5. Now what will happen to our balance? Kumbuka our balance ni 20. Yes. It will reduce our account, Silvio. It's supposed to reduce our balance. Is that correct? Tuki undercast, tunamaanisha tuna reduce our balance. Is that one correct?
Yes.
So kama ina reduce our account, kumaanisha we have undercast. So kumaanisha we have given the incorrect figure. So our figure is supposed to be 15. Sisi but tupeane 15 tukapeana 10. Kumaanisha we have undercast that amount with the 5. Now this 5 is going to reduce our balance because tume undercast. Kama tunge overcast kumaanisha our balance ni 10. Sisi tukasema ni 15. So initially, for example, let us do the opposite. So kama our balance ni 10, sisi tuka overcast na 5 shillings. So kumaanisha our balance supposed to be 15. It will be 15. So sisi tume overcast na 5. Tukiovercast is supposed to increase our balance. Tukiovercast is supposed to increase. But tukiunderstate ina reduce our balance. Now, in this question anasema that the purchase table was undercasted by 2,000. Now, tumeundercast na 2,000, but 2,000, that one is not supposed to be it's an error. To reduce na 2,000, which is not supposed to be there. So haifai kuwa hapo. So the reduction of 2,000 is not supposed to be there. So remember, any undercast is supposed to reduce our balance. So kumaanisha kama wa record E5 ni kumaanisha wali record on this side to reduce our balance. Now how do we correct it so that it reduces the balance to the correct item? What do we do? What do we do? Tunasema hivi, let me repeat. Now, sisi tulikuwa na balance ya 20. Then the credit purchases is supposed to be 15. We are supposed to record 15 for our account. Sisi tuka record 10. So remember, we are supposed to record credit purchases as 15. Lakini sisi kwenda kurecord kwa account yetu, hatuku record 15, tuka record 10. Kumaanisha we undercasted the balance with 5 shillings. Kumaanisha tulifanya nini? We reduce the balance. Now, how do we correct the error? What do we do? Do we add back the undercast or do we less the undercast?
You add it.
Yes. Even though sasa nyamonge, so una add back. So purchase undercast so that we correct that error. So ilikuwa ya ngapi? Ilikuwa ya ngapi? 2,000. So msipofikiria hivyo kwa exam inaweza kuramba mbaya sana. Lakini pia ukumbuke your balances lazima zifanane. So ukifanya swali uone balance yako hazifanani, ungengane baka balance. Ugezgez. Aya. The last item, a contra set off with the receivables ledger amount to a total of 2,004 had been correctly treated in the individual's account but not entries made in the control account. So that one is obvious. So wametuambia the word control account kumaanisha is supposed to be here in this part, payables control account. Another reason why you need to know that this item of the 2004 is supposed to be on payables, they have talked about the totals of 2,004. So any totals, you find them here in most cases. But the examiner was good enough akakwambia pale chini that no entry has been made in the control account. So kama no entry has been made in the control account, kumaanisha it will affect the control account. Now it was not, so an entry was never made. Now, what did you say about contra account? Someone to remind us. So contra account is answer to effect. So it will affect the purchase control account, and it will also affect the sales ledger's control account. Now, this one is purchase control account. So how does it affect the control account? The purchase ledger, the contra. It's supposed to be on what? So contra in a yes, so wako record. So this is not an error. Hii ni just what you omit. So omission unakuja unaiweka hapa. So if you have an omission unakuja unaiweka tu direct hapa. So tunasema sales ledger contra control account. This is a contra. Yeah, hapo contra. Wanasema ni 200. For now, balance the equation. So we balance this account. So balance corridor inakuanga side. So add this total. So itakuwa hata nikiangalia ni 23,832. 23,832. Haya. Balance carry down. It must be the same as the control account. So lazima ikuwe the same as the control account. So tukipata sio the same, kuna mahali tumefanya an error. So which figure is balance gani hapa? Give me the balance. Give me the balance here. Watu wangu tumalize swali haraka haraka.
2113.
2113. 21,000.
20,113.
Aya. Na ukikuja hapa?
It's 20, not 21.
Na ukikuja hapa? Niyo bado. Supposed to be the same. Ama kimeturamba?
21:13.
Kijaturamba. So hiyo swali kwaje? Ama ni jaba? So hiyo swali, is it rahisi or is it ngumu?
Ngumu.
Nani ongea vizuri usikike.
Rahisi.
Wengine Rafael yuko wapi ama alileft?
Ni rahisi.
Okay, now let us do another question from our past paper now. So let us go to our past paper. So open your past paper. Past paper. Tuone kwa past paper wanasemaje. To see if we have a question from our past paper. Let us go to our past paper and see if we can get one. If we get one, the better. For reconciliation, I think what it is 2018 hapo. Let me check. Sijaona so far. Sijakutana na any correction.
Sasa niko na swali.
Yes.
Hiyo toto ya statement of reconciliation ni 66 plus 14 plus 63.
Hebu rudie swali tena.
Nauliza nipatie hiyo 21,113 ya statement of reconciliation. Ni summation ya hizo tatu.
Lakini kumbuka ya mwisho ni minus 63, ni minus.
O ni minus.
Minus 63.
Oh, sawa.
Yeah, because it's a payment. Uko sawa?
Yeah, that's fine.
Let me look for that question. Let us try this one. So we can try this question for where is it? Open May 2018. Open May 2018. See May 2018 akaje, sijaona swali kama hiyo. May 2018. May 2018. So, mwone hiyo swali. So, kuna swali hiyo, we shall check that one. Kuna ingine nataka nifanye hiyo, mtaangalia. Hiyo naona ni Moi 2018. Number 2B. We should get time kuifanya, but there is another question which is or we do that question or just do it. May 2018 question 2B. Unaionaje? Can you do that question?
You can do it.
Haya, tunazanza na hiyo. Sasa nani atatusomea? Who will read for us the question? Mtu atusomea haraka haraka. I think it is the same. Oh, nilikuwa nime
Mi sioni swali hadi.
The sales ledger control account of Peak Limited for the year ended 31st March 2018 was prepared from the following information. Debit balance at 1st April 2017, 128,540. Credit balance 2,800. Totals for the year from 1st April 2017 to 31st March 2018. Credit sales 1,144,200. Cash sales 52,400. Checks received from credit customers 1,046,200. Cash received from credit customers 7,100. Sales returns from credit customers 12,000. Discount allowed 2,480. Dishonored checks 5,000. Contrast purchase ledger 10,640. Irrecoverable debts 6,500. The sales ledger control account balance, which is part of the double entry system, failed to agree with the total receivables of 189,308,000 as shown by the schedule of receivables. The following errors were subsequently discovered. Number one, a customer had returned goods to Peak Limited at the selling price of 2,400,000. The goods had been bought on credit. No entries had been made to record the return of the goods in the records of the Peak Limited. The discounts allowed column in the cash book had been covered by 1,080,000. No contra entry had been made in the receivables account in the sales ledger in respect of purchases by Peak Limited of goods at a list price of 2 million. Peak Limited received a trade discount of 10% on the goods. This transaction had been correctly dealt with within the sales ledger control account. A credit sale of 3,520,000 to Joto Limited was correctly recorded in the sales ledger control account, but no other entry had been made. A check received from a customer for 6,900,000, which had been currently processed through the books, had subsequently been dishonored No entries were made to record this dishonored check. Dot Limited, a customer, has recently been declared bankrupt and the amount owed of 3,500,000 is to be written off, but no entries have yet been made. Required: revised sales ledger control account for the year ended 31st March 2018. Revised statement showing the correct total of the schedule of receivables for the year ended 31st March 2018.
Yes, so let us do this question together. This question is about the receivables account. So this question deals with the receivables. So the one we are doing this, we were dealing with the payables account. So in this case, let us change this one to creditors control account. So this question will deal with the creditors control account. So let us say ikitusumbua tafanyeje? Let us see this question together. Let's try and do this question together. We analyze it together. Hata ningevuta tu hata huku juu. So the question is for May 2018, question number 2B. This will be the end of this topic, control account, so that we can do bank reconciliation. So tunasema we are supposed to prepare the revised rate. So anasema na part A, revised sales ledger control account. Revised sales ledger control account. So revised ledger for the year ended. For the year ended 31st March 2018. Hiyo ni ya kwanza. Then you are also supposed to prepare so you're also supposed to prepare the other one. The other one is the reconciliation statement. So tutasemaje? We shall call it tutaita nini? We the statement of reconciliation. Call it statement of reconciliation. Statement of reconciliation of the individual ledger accounts. The statement of reconciliation of the individual's ledger account. The individual's ledger, not account, balances. Balances with the control account. With the control. So our control account here is with revised. That's the word revised sales ledger. Control account for the year ended. For year ended 31st March 2018. So tunaanza na, so let us start with the question together. Wanatuambia hivi, tuanze na hiyo swali ya tuanze na pale juu. Wanasema the sales ledger control account for Pi Limited for the year ended at 1st December 2018 was prepared as we have the debit balance. So debit balance, so we know that our balance in a on this side, balance brought down. So but we have two balances, the one for debit, which is the one is supposed to be that side. So at the beginning of the year, it was 128.40 at the beginning of the financial year. So financial year in Anza, 1st April. So their financial year starts at 1st April. Inaisha the 31st, inaisha 31st, inaisha what? Inaisha 31st March 2018. So inaanza 2017 April, inaisha 2018 March. Then you also have a credit balance for the same. So balance brought down. We also have the credit balance. So let me just call it credit balance. Credit. Now for credit balance, remember that it's an overpayment. So the debt are to reaper excess. So that excess to be on this side. 2800. So this occurs where we have any overpayment. Now let's start with the totals. Now number one, we have a credit sales of amount of 1144 now. Now tuko na hii deni ya 128.540. Then tuongeze deni nyingine ya ngapi? 1144,200. What will happen to our deni? Our deni will increase. So we have a credit sales. We are supposed to have a credit sales on this side so that it increase deni yetu. So tulikuwa na deni ya 128.540 and then tukaongeza deni ya ngapi? 1144,200. 1144,200. So deni yetu inafanya nini? Inaongezeka. Tuendelee. Cash sales we ignore. Cash sales tunasema tuna ignore. Check received from the creditors. Now check received from creditors. So tuko na deni ya 128.540 tukakutana na check. Tukakutana na check so kuna watu wako na deni yetu ya 128. So tumepeana deni ya 128. Kwa hiyo tukaongezea deni ya ngapi? 1144. So kumaanisha deni yetu imekuwa imeongezeka. And then kuna customer katulipa. So we have a check received from the credit customer. So it's supposed to be on this side. So check received, it reduce check received, but it's supposed to be from customers. From customers. Check received from customers ya ngapi? 1046,200. 1046,200. And then cash received from credit customer, also cash received from credit customer. Cash received from customers. Ngapi? Cash received from 7,100. So that one pay in a reduce your deni from those people because of my tulipa. Sales return. So sales return. Sales return hiyo ni return inwards, sivyo? What is about return inwards? Return inwards iko on this side. Return inwards. Tuseme return inwards itakuwa ngapi hiyo? So sales return from the credit customer 12,000. That's sales return from customers. So return inwards, or we call them the credit note from the customers. Then you have the discount allowed. Discount allowed also will affect on this side. Tuko tumeongelea hiyo. Discount allowed. Ngapi discount allowed? Discount allowed ni 2480. 2480 discount allowed. Then you have dishonored check. So dishonored check. So tuko tumetumiwa check. So that check tukitumiwa is supposed to reduce the balance. So kwa sababu tunalipwa lakini hiyo check wakati ilikuja ikabounce. So ikibounce inarudi kusaidia nyingine. So hiyo pesa haikuingia. So dishonored check itakuwa on this side. Dishonored check. Dishonored check ni ngapi hapo? Nakwambia 5,000. 5,000. Then you have a contra for purchase rate. So that one for purchase. So hapa tunaweka gani? So remember for contra tulisema itakuwa on the debit side. So itakuwa ni purchase. I think I'm not wrong. Purchase ledger. This will be contra. I think it will be on that side. Ngapi? 10,640. 10,640. Then we have recoverable bad debt, naona hapo. Recoverable. Unaonaje recoverable bad debt? 6,500. Then find me the balance brought down. Balance carried down. Find me the balance carried down. I'm going to update the balance carried down so that that's the divide. Mni balance hiyo. Ama tungefanya hivi, msibalance. We might have some sorry, msibalance. Don't balance this account. Msibalance. Tunataka kuona kama kuna item, actual information which affect this account and kama kuna item ina affect this account. So msibalance. Msibalance kwanza. Don't balance this account. Tuendelee na swali yetu. Msibalance kwanza. Kuna some account yenye additional information hapo chini which might be affecting this account. So tusibalance kwanza. Before tuendelee, tusibalance kwanza. Sijui mbona naambia tu balance now, you are supposed to tunaendelea sasa, tunataka correct some errors that were there. So don't balance it first. So let me write it again, nitemke chini kidogo. I hope itatoshea. Ni kama iko na information mingi bwana. So don't balance the account kwanza. So hii ingine ni statement of reconciliation. I think nikianzia hapa itatoshea. Statement of reconciliation. Statement of reconciliation of the individual's ledger account, of the individual's ledger balances. The individual ledger balances with the sales ledger control account for year ended, for the year ended 31st March 2018. So let us see if there is any information which affects that account. So let us try and see. Tuanze na gani? So tuanze na information number 1. Let us read the information number 1 together. Information number 1 wanatuambia nini? The sales ledger control account balance, which is part of the double entry, failed to agree with the total receivables of 189,380. So the balance as per the individual statement ndio hii hapa. So balance brought down. So balance brought down. So this one is for the individuals. The individuals account. Wanatuambia ni wangapi? 189,380. 189,380. Let's put it in thousand. Let's put it in thousand. The other one zilikuwa? This one was also in thousand. Let us put it in thousand. So tuanze na the first one. Information number 1. A customer has returned goods to buy at a selling price of 2,400. The goods has been bought on credit. No entry has been made. No entry has been made to record the return of goods. Sorry, a customer returned goods to buy at a selling price of 2,400. The goods has have been bought on credit. No entry has been made to record the return of the goods in the records of PAE Ltd. Now, here inamaanishaje? Which account should we correct? Should we correct the statement of reconciliation or the statement of the control account, or both? So do we correct both one, or which one should we correct? Should we correct both or one of the item? So should we correct the sales ledger control account? Should we correct the statement of reconciliation, or should we correct both accounts? Now, maybe they did not correct in any of the accounts. Now, what do you think? So no entry has been made to any account. Is that one correct? Wakisema hivyo, no entry has been made. So no entry has been made in this account and no entry has been made in this account. Tunakuwa tunaongea ukweli? So no entry has been made in both accounts. Unaonaje? Because wanatuambia if it was recorded in the sales ledger control account or in the individuals. Wametuambia tu that no entry was made. No entry was made to any of the account. Now, what do you think? Unaonaje? Tunafanya swali ya May 2018 question number 2B. Now in this situation mimi venye nafikiria kulingana vile mimi naisoma naweza sema that no entry has been made to any account. So kumaanisha the return inwards we know kama no entry has been made in this account and this one, so we know that the return inwards is supposed to do what? Does it increase the balance or reduce the balance? The return inwards. Now return inwards is supposed to reduce our balance. So no entry has been made in any of the account. So tunasema return inwards 2400. So it's supposed to reduce this balance. Now because this return was also not made in this account, so tunasema tuweke hapa return inwards, but we need to less it. So no account had been made in both of the accounts. So kama wakufanya hapa na wakufanya hapa, we need to correct the account in both accounts. So kama wakufanya any entry in the control account, na wakufanya any entry in the individual ledger account, how do we control it? How do we correct the error? By putting the correct amount in the sales ledger and also on the individual account. That's number one. That one was the amount of 2400. Number two anasema aje? A discount allowed column in the cash book has been overcasted by 1080. Now we have a discount in the cash book has been overcasted by 1080. What does it mean? So to overcast discount inamaanishaje? Now a discount na discount hii hapo, ukiangalia discount, we have the discount here. So this discount allowed, remember discount allowed kwa sori hapa ni 2480, lakini wanatuambia that the discount in our cash book has been overcasted by 1080. It has been overcasted by 1080. So how do we correct that one? How do we correct the 1080? So unafaa kujiuliza what happened when we overcast our discount. Now discount yetu iko hapa. Now tunasema we have a discount of 1080. Hata achana na hiyo discount allowed. So tume overcast this amount. So tukumaanisha tumeweka mingi na 1080. So if tumeweka amount mingi na 1080 side hii. So remember discount allowed is supposed to reduce our balance. Now tumeweka an extra of 1080 in this discount allowed. So kumaanisha our discount allowed hapa iko na 1080 more. 1080 more, which is not supposed to be there. It was overcasted by 1080 now. So already that amount is recorded here 1080. So this 1080 iko hapa ndani 1080. Iko hapa ndani which was overcasted. Now remember, tukiweka any item on the debit side kumaanisha we are reducing our balance. So tuki overcast kumaanisha to reduce our balance even more. So when we overcast our account kumaanisha discount allowed to overcast kumaanisha we are even reducing our balance even more. So how do we correct this 1080? Kwa tumeweka side an extra 1080. So hii inamaanisha this 1080 tumerecord hapa an extra 1080. So that extra 1080, how do we remove it? by recording it on the other side. So discount allowed, which is an overcast. Overcast, make up deleted. So so that we correct the overcast. No contra entry has been made on the receivables in the sales ledger in respect to the purchase price of goods list of 2000 of the Pi Ltd. A discount of 10% of this good. There was a discount of 10% on those goods. The transaction has been correctly billed with the sales ledger control account. So kwa sales ledger control account waliweka vizuri. Ilikuwa ya ngapi? Ilikuwa ya 2000. So how do you correct that one? Wanasema ilikuwa ya 2. Wanasema ngapi? 2000. So hiyo tuifanya aje? How do we deal with that one? But sasa iko kwa sales. So that one is supposed to be on the nikisoma historia yetu wanatuambia no entry has been made on the receivables account. Now remember receivables account. Receivables account, no entry. Where is it? No entry has been made on the receivables account in the sales ledger. No entry has been made on the receivables account in the sales ledger in respect to the purchase of Pi of goods at a price of 2000. Pi Ltd received a discount of 10%. 10% of this amount kwanza ni ngapi? Okay. The transaction has been correctly dealt with in the sales ledger control account. Now, wanatuambia hapa washatuambia this transaction has been correctly dealt with in the sales ledger control account. So already iko hapa ndani. So the amount has been dealt well. So that amount iko hapa ndani 10,640. Out of this 10,640, the 2 million already iko hapa ndani. So the 2 million already iko hapa ndani. So the amount has been dealt well in the sales ledger control account. So kama iko well represented here, then we cannot put it here. So so we shall not input that amount there because already ametuambia it was dealt well in that account. So it was dealt well in that account. Now what about the individual's account? What about the individual's account? So hapo ndio kuna issue. Individual account. So individual account ni hapa. What do you think about the individual's account? Individual account. Individual account. Individual, what do you think? Watu wangu? Kwani watu wali left? People wali exit group hapa shida ni nini? What is the issue? Kwa mbona watu wali left? Shida ni nini? You see only anyone in the group. Naona watu wawili. What happened? Redisha? What happened? Ama nilikuwa nimetoka?
Mwalimu, I'm also about to leave.
Mbona?
Niko na special exam saa 8.
Oh, basi mu leave. Tutaendelea basi from that point.
Okay, we'll see you later then.
Sawa. Tutaendelea from there. Redisha, sawa. Hata yame left. So we shall continue from there. Mbona mfanye exam?
So.